Imagine being allergic to the very thing that gives life to every creature on Earth. Imagine water, the substance that makes up over 70% of your body, burning your skin like acid with every drop. This is the story of a woman who discovered, in the most terrifying way, that something as harmless as a glass of water could destroy her life. Her name was Claire. She was 32, living in a small town with her husband, Mark, and their 2 young children. She loved routine, waking up early, running the tap to wash her face, making coffee, preparing the kids for school. Life wasn't extraordinary, but it was hers, steady, comforting. Until one morning, as she stood in front of the bathroom mirror, splashing water on her face, she felt it. Not the cool refreshment she had felt 1,000 times before. But fire. Her skin flushed crimson, angry blotches rising instantly across her cheeks and forehead. Claire gasped, grabbing a towel. "What the hell?" she whispered. Within seconds, her face was burning. It looked like she had stood too long under the desert sun. By the time Mark came in, alarmed by her cry, the redness had already started to spread down her neck. "Claire, what's happening?" he asked. "I don't know," she stammered, her voice trembling. "I just washed my face." At first, they thought maybe it was a reaction to soap, or detergent, or maybe an allergic flare-up from pollen. But then it happened again. And again. Every time Claire came into contact with water, even plain tap water, her skin erupted in fiery welts. Washing her hands. Showering. Even tears. One evening, after a long day, she bent down to kiss her daughter goodnight. The little girl wrapped her arms around her, eyes glistening with emotion. "Mommy, I'm so happy," she said. Tears slipped down her daughter's cheek, and onto Claire's neck. Claire flinched. The spot where the tears landed burned instantly. Red blotches appeared, swelling into hives. She pulled back, horrified. No, 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 no. Doctors didn't believe her. Allergic to water, one physician scoffed. That's impossible. But the tests told a different story. When a single droplet of distilled water was placed on her forearm, her skin erupted into angry hives within minutes. They called it aquagenic urticaria. A condition so rare, only about 50 known cases exist worldwide. But rarity was no comfort. For Claire, it meant that every shower felt like stepping into fire. Every raindrop was a bullet. Every glass of water was a death sentence. One afternoon, the sky over her town darkened. Rain. Most people welcome rain. For Claire, it was terror. She had been walking home from the pharmacy when the first drops hit. She froze, heart pounding. Then, agony. Each drop stung her skin like acid. She screamed, stumbling toward the awning of a nearby shop, clutching her arms. By the time Mark found her, she was curled against the wall, drenched in pain. He threw his jacket around her, shouting for help. Strangers stared, some reaching for their phones, others frozen in confusion. To them, it looked like a simple rain shower. To Claire, it was hell. At the hospital, the doctors confirmed what Claire feared: her condition was worsening. Her body no longer reacted only to water outside. Even sweat triggered hives. Even tears. Even her own saliva if it touched her skin. They explained, aquagenic urticaria isn't an allergy in the traditional sense. It's the body's immune system misfiring, releasing histamines against water itself. Even though your body needs water, the specialist said gently, your skin treats it like poison. Claire's heart sank. So what do I do? I can't live without water. The doctor didn't answer. His silence said more than words ever could. Life changed overnight. Claire could no longer shower. Instead, she used medical wipes to clean herself, every touch cautious. Her meals were carefully planned. Drinking plain water triggered her throat to swell, so she lived on milk and specially prepared juices. She could no longer run after her kids outside when it rained. She could no longer cry without consequence. Every moment was measured, fragile, and terrifying. Yet somehow, she endured. Her family became her shield. Mark wrapped their home in precautions, sealing windows, buying dehumidifiers, researching obsessively. The children learned never to splash water near their mom, never to cry against her skin. The world hadn't stopped. But for Claire, it had become a battlefield. For the doctors, her case was more than a rare entry in medical journals. It was a reminder of how fragile the human body is, how even the strongest can be undone by something as silent and invisible as water. And for Claire, every day became proof of courage. Living with fear. Fighting through pain. Holding on for the sake of her family. But one truth remains, chilling in its simplicity. The substance that sustains all life, is also the substance that can destroy hers. Stories like this remind us how fragile life is. A simple headache. A drop of water. A moment we take for granted, can change everything. Subscribe for more true medical stories. Because the next one you hear, might just save a life.